big reveals in One Piece chapter 1136, Sun God Nika and the Holy Knight Gunko. Alright, One Piece fans, buckle up because chapter 1136 just dropped some absolute bombs. We're diving into massive lore about Sun God Nika and one of the Holy Knights, Gunko. Let's break it down. Before diving into the video, let's hit the intro. First, let's talk about the Sun God Nika. We find Luffy chilling with Jaguar, the guy with a sword sticking out of his head, and Road, the guy who just doesn't stop talking. Road casually drops that everyone on Elbaf dreams of becoming the next sun god to rule the world. But here's where it gets wild. This idea of ruling the world isn't universal. Some believe Nika wasn't a ruler at all. Instead, he's seen as a god of liberation, a god of destruction, or get this, the god of laughter. Yeah, Nika's identity is totally up for debate. Turns out, the legend of Nika comes from the ancient Harley texts, but those texts written in an archaic language. Depending on the translation, you get wildly different interpretations. Jaguar lays it down. According to these texts, the world has already been destroyed twice before, and after each destruction, the name Nika emerges. Now here's the thing, Jaguar asks, was Nika the world's savior or its destroyer? The one thing everyone agrees on, Nika is a herald of great change. Then, we get this insane depiction of Nika, totally different from what we saw when Who's Who described him. This version looks like an elbafian warrior with a unique sword, hair, and shield. It's a game changer because it confirms Nika's image shifts depending on the culture. When Who's Who talked about Nika, he looked more like a Shandian warrior. This could mean Nika wasn't even a real person. He might have been a concept, a god born from the collective dreams of people in desperate times. And remember what Vegapunk said, dreams lead to the creation of devil fruits. So, is Nika's devil fruit, the one Luffy has, the result of humanity's ultimate dream for freedom and joy? But here's where it gets deeper. Was Joy Boy the first wielder of the Nika fruit, or just one in a line of many? Jaguar's claim about the world being destroyed twice suggests that Nika has been part of the cycle of destruction and rebirth. Could those past destructions be tied to Emu and the Gorosei's actions, like the Great Floods? And let's talk about that shield Nika is holding in this chapter. It looks eerily similar to the symbol we've seen scattered throughout the series, especially in Kuma's flashbacks. This might represent the ancient kingdom, 9 interconnected countries with one central power. Was this the structure of the world before the world government came into power? Did Emu's rise wipe it all out? Now, let's shift gears to the second major reveal. Gunko, the Holy Knight. First of all, we see her and, wait for it, Shanks's imply Gunko's name, meaning army child, could link to the world government's history of exploiting children. If Gunko was part of a similar program, it mirrors the tragedies of other characters like Koala and Fisher Tiger. This suggests the Holy Knights might be a darker extension of this practice. D. Brother, yeah, you heard me. They're recruiting Loki, yes, the Prince of Elbaf, to join the Holy Knights. Loki? Not interested. He flat out rejects them with zero respect, which leads to Gunko's epic form reveal. And wow, does she deliver? Gunko looks young, fierce, and as expected, Oda-style stunning. She's rocking a hat with goggles that immediately gives Koala vibes. And here's the big speculation. Could Gunko be Koala's sister? There's definitely a resemblance. Now, let's talk powers. Gunko seems to have a devil fruit ability that manipulates cloth or wraps, which we see extend from her jacket to form arrow-like weapons. It's eerily similar to what we've seen Emu do. Remember how she shot Sabo and Cobra at the Reverie? Yeah, Oda's definitely hinting at some crazy connections here. Another intriguing detail, Gonko's right eye is hidden, leaving only her left visible. This ties into Oda's recurring theme of scars and symbolism, like how all the Monkey D's, Luffy, Dragon, and Garp have marks on the left side of their faces. Could this be a clue to the deeper mysteries of the One Piece world, Laugh Tale, or the Ancient Kingdom? Here's where it gets even juicier. Gonko's name in Japanese means army child, and it's got us thinking. Could the Holy Knights be a group of individuals drafted as children to become elite warriors? Not all of them seem to be celestial dragons either. Case in point, they're trying to recruit Loki. Now, remember Big Mom's flashback with Mother Caramel and her orphan trafficking? 2 orphans stood out, the one with the mask and the one with the crown. Could these kids have grown up to become holy knights? Gunko's backstory might tie into this, especially if she was an orphan or slave turned elite warrior, much like Koala, who was freed by Fisher Tiger. This ties into the overarching themes of duality in this arc. We've got parallels everywhere. Shanks and his implied brother, Loki and Luffy, and the idea of multiple Nikas across history. Could Joy Boy have had a rival or counterpart like Luffy and Blackbeard today? The chapter ends on a chilling note, bringing us back to the big question, is Nika a liberating god or a god of destruction? This changes everything. Could the Straw Hats actually invite Loki to join their crew? Or will they just leave him behind like nothing happened? So many questions, and I need to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button, hit the bell, and stay locked in, because you don't want to miss what's coming next.